welcome back to Shaman's Kitchen. I want to say a pleasant good night to each and every one of you. Hope you guys had a wonderful day today. I'm going to be sharing a recipe for chicken stew with a twist. And if you want to see how I'm doing this, come on down and let's get cooking. So for our stew chicken with a twist tonight, I have one chicken that I cut up, I washed, and I tried to dry out most of the moisture from the chicken. And I took out the two wings and the backbone because I usually make soup with that part of the chicken. So now I'm gonna add some of my green seasoning. And we're gonna season up this chicken. I have garlic, fine thyme, broadleaf or thick leaf thyme, green onions and maraburi pepper in my green seasoning. We're gonna add some salt, and I will leave all the measurement in the description below. And I'm gonna go in with some black pepper. So I went ahead and I really marinate the chicken well with the green seasoning, the salt and black pepper. I'm gonna let it sit about 10 to 15 minutes before we start cooking the chicken. So here I have some of the ingredients and vegetable I'm using for the stew today. And there's a lot of colors, and when you see lots of colors, that means lots of nutrients. So I have here one carrot. I have some cilantro. Thyme is a must for stew chicken. I have 2 tomatoes, 2 red bell peppers, and I have here, let me know what you guys call this, because sometimes I say red onions, but when I look at it, it's actually purple. So let me know what you call this, if you call it red onions or purple onion. Leave in the comment and let me know. I have some green onions, and I have 2 cloves of garlic. I also have some fresh baby spinach that I need to wash, and I'm gonna show you how we make this delicious stewed chicken with a twist. When you have fresh ingredients, it makes a big difference, but if you don't, the dried ingredients can work also. So I'm quickly browning up the chicken on both sides, and I have the skins and bone in because that would lock in all the moisture and the juice in the chicken, and we will have a delicious juicy chicken when it's done. So the chicken have a nice brownness on the outside, and that's how I like it. So I'm gonna take these out now and add the rest to the pan. So I just cut my tomatoes and take the seeds out. I'm gonna put these in my blender because today we're not using any tomato paste. We're gonna use fresh vegetable to make our stew. And I'm gonna go in with my red peppers. I took the seeds out. And we're gonna blend these up with our tomato. I'm gonna have to add some water. We're gonna puree the tomatoes and the pepper, but I wanna add some of the onions in there. So we're making a delicious puree with the onion, pepper, and tomato. So my chicken is done browning up, and we will move to the next step. So I deglazed my pan that I was frying the chicken in with some of the blended pepper, onion, and tomato. So I'm gonna add the rest of it now to the pan. And this is what we're gonna season, and we're gonna cook the chicken in here. It already looks beautiful, nice color, and let's flavor this pot up. So first of all, I'm gonna add some thyme, fine thyme, really good for chicken or stews. We're gonna add some sliced carrots, I'm gonna add 1 bay leaf. We're gonna mix it in. We're gonna mix it in. And I like the color that I'm seeing. And next I'm gonna grate my 2 cloves of garlic in here. So this is a pot with lots of flavor. Imagine how that chicken is gonna be delicious after cooking in this goodness here. So I'm using a wide pot because I want us to be able to see everything that I'm doing here today. I don't want to cluster it up in a small frying pan. So we're gonna mix that garlic all over in here right now. And it smells so nice. I'm gonna go in with some smoked paprika. That's gonna add some heat and extra color. We're gonna mix. I'm gonna go in with some curry powder. And this is really a stew with a twist, but lots of flavor and freshness. And I'm gonna go in with some roasted ground jeera or cumin. And mix that all this goodness. I'm gonna let it simmer for 10 minutes before we add the next ingredient. So our sauce has been cooking for a little. I'm gonna add the chicken now into the sauce. And this is gonna suck up all that goodness. Really, really nice. We're gonna cook this on medium heat and let everything cook nicely together until the chicken is perfectly cooked. Let's see here. I'm glad I used this white pot. And we're gonna add some green onions. And leave this to cook for another 15 minutes again before we check it out and taste for salt. So our stewed chicken is looking amazing. There is no shortage of seasoning and ingredients in here. We're gonna let the chicken cook until they're nice and soft and tender. And I just wanna do a quick little taste for salt because I didn't add any to the sauce. I just add to this chicken to season. And we need a little bit more, so I'm gonna add that now and let it cook some more. And we will come back to this in another 5 to 8 minutes. Our stew is coming up nicely. I'm gonna add some cilantro. And I'm just gonna give it a little turn. You can add potatoes or any vegetable in here as well and make it to your own likings, but there is no shortage of freshness in this stew here today. So our stew is looking good, but right at the end I'm gonna add my nice big batch of baby spinach in here. The spinach will add extra nutrients and flavor to the stew, and it will give us a beautiful finish once the spinach is cooked a little. So here is my beautiful stewed chicken with a twist. Check out this beauty right here. This is looking so good and calling my name. It just finished. I can see those spinach all over in the stew, and I can't wait to dig in and let you guys know how this tastes. Before I plate up, I have a success story for my butternut squash soup, and this was done by no other but Riza. He did this soup more than once, and he is very, very happy with it. And that's how I know it's a good soup, because he's been making it ever since. And I just want to share with you guys again this recipe for butternut squash soup. So here is that delicious chicken stew with a twist. No shortage of anything in here. So I'm gonna go in for some of the delicious gravy and rice. This can be eaten with roti, with bread, with some boil and fry provision, anything of your choice. So I'm gonna take my first mouthful for you guys. So cheers, and it's hot. What a hearty chicken stew on a cold night. There is no shortage for flavor. There's a sweetness, a hint of the cilantro, a hint of the paprika. There's so much flavors going on here. You can get the sweetness of the carrots and the sweetness of the peppers. I am so... Look at the chicken, how nice and soft it's cooked in that sauce. So I'm gonna take my bite. Cheers, this is your mouthful again. That chicken is so nice and soft, and all that flavor is well into the chicken. What an amazing stewed chicken on a cold winter night. Hope you guys can give it a try. If you like this recipe, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Until then, I want to say stay blessed, stay safe. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Bye for now.